I always said to myself, if Barack ever cheated on me or got near my daughters, there would be an issue.
Ever admired Barack Obama's daughters and thought, they look like fairy tale princesses? There's much more to their story. Beneath the glitz, glamour, poise, and grace, the Obama sisters faced their own struggles while living in the White House. Their mother, Michelle Obama, got very sad after revealing the dark truth about them and her husband Obama. If you're curious to know what she's gonna reveal, stick around and find out. The Obama sisters, childhood in the White House. Living in the White House comes with its own set of difficulties, expectations, and public criticism that very few people can truly comprehend. The lives of Sasha and Malia Obama, the daughters of First Lady Michelle Obama, and the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama, were not easy. When they moved into the White House, Sasha was just 7 years old, and her older sister, Malia, was 10. The White House, an iconic symbol of American history and power, and a place where decisions that shape the world are made, became a home for the girls who were raised like most children in their formative years, with schools, playdates, and family outings. In addition to their regular activities, their lives were filled with state functions, official dinners, and the constant presence of the Secret Service. With regards to their upbringing, Michelle Obama told Entertainment Tonight, "We tried to normalize their lives as much as possible." Before moving to the White House on January 5, 2009, Barack Obama and his family lived in a house in the Kenwood neighborhood of Chicago, Illinois. Their Chicago home was an apartment with 6,400 square feet of living space, in contrast to the White House, which spans approximately 55,000 square feet and serves multiple functions beyond a family residence, including official state events and presidential duties. Their stay in the White House gave them rare opportunities that others could only dream of. They traveled the world, met with global leaders, and witnessed history in the making. They were present during pivotal moments in American culture and society, first of all, witnessing their father's inauguration and subsequently observing firsthand the complexities of diplomacy and the importance of building strong global partnerships. They also witnessed their father signing historic laws, which helped them appreciate the difficulties and obligations that accompany leadership. These experiences undoubtedly shaped their worldviews, giving them a global perspective that few their age would have. Michelle Obama, the mother of Malia and Sasha Obama, in particular, had a significant influence on how they were raised. Being raised in the public eye is not easy, but the Obama sisters overcame it, thanks to their tenacity and grace. Despite the continuous attention from the media, their loving and protective mother made it her goal to keep her girls as hidden from the public as she could. She worked hard to establish a secure and supportive environment while guarding their privacy. The Obama sisters showed a remarkable sense of composure and maturity. Despite their limited public appearances, the occasional casual glimpses of them, captured in candid moments, whether it's carving a turkey at Thanksgiving or enjoying a game of football, revealed the girls as typical American girls, enjoying the simple pleasures of family life. Despite all the pomp and pageantry, their parents ensured they remained grounded. Stories of the girls doing chores, managing schoolwork, and having typical teenage experiences occasionally made headlines, reassuring the public that they were, after all, normal kids. They had sleepovers, went on family trips, and faced the rigors of school exams just like any other teenager. They were well known for their immaculate style sense and collected manner at public events, attributes that have been greatly inspired by their mother, Michelle Obama. Their attire consistently exuded composure and suitability for the occasion, fusing a young vibrancy with a feeling of sophistication, whether they were going to state dinners, formal gatherings, or just going on family outings. Michelle, who was renowned for her own grace and elegance, served as a major role model for her daughters in a variety of ways. Her girls learned the value of projecting confidence and grace from her, which had an impact that went beyond fashion, as she instilled in her daughters the importance of carrying themselves with confidence and grace. This composed demeanor was evident in their public appearances and speeches or interviews, where they consistently displayed maturity beyond their years. Sasha and Malia maintained a calm and collected presence, a demonstration of Michelle and Barack's guidance and the values they imparted. The Obama sisters' childhood was characterized by extraordinary opportunities, and their lack of exposure to the media only heightened the fascination about their true selves away from the camera and scripted moments. Malia and Sasha Obama weren't just the daughters of the president. They were young women with hopes, dreams, and aspirations, and through it all, they remained grounded, resilient, and inspired, carrying forward the lessons and values imparted to them during their remarkable upbringing. The world will definitely keep an eye on Malia and Sasha Obama as they embark on their adult lives. While respecting their privacy, people are anxious to learn more from these outstanding young women. Family first. Parenting with presidential responsibilities. When Barack Obama became president, one of his primary concerns was how the position would affect his daughters. Despite the grandiosity and frequent activity, he tried to provide them with the most natural childhood possible. Barack and Michelle intended to teach Sasha and Malia the value of hard work and responsibility. They had chores, just like other kids. They made their beds, tidied their rooms, and helped around the house. It was critical for them to realize that residing in the White House did not free them from contributing to the family. For Sasha and Malia Obama, the White House was just a home, despite the high scrutiny. The grandeur of their surroundings did not affect their focus on the small, everyday moments that make a house a home. They organized playdates, attended school events, and even had family movie nights. Michelle and Obama were deeply involved in Sasha and Malia's school activities, and they stayed in close contact with their teachers to ensure they were not only keeping up with their studies, but also thriving. This dedication to their studies was demonstrated when the daughters missed their father's final State of the Union address due to school exams the following day. They chose their educational duties over attending the big political event, demonstrating the family's commitment to providing Sasha and Malia with a balanced and grounded upbringing. Michelle's mother, Marian, moving into the White House, provided additional support and helped the family stay grounded. Barack and Michelle Obama told the White House staff to treat Sasha and Malia like normal kids and let them do their duties. This seemed like an odd request to the seasoned staff of the White House, who were used to the formality and etiquette of presidential life. But over time, the staff learned to consider the Obama sisters not just as first daughters, but as members of their extended family. The White House staff also ensured that the girls could enjoy private moments without the intrusion of cameras and reporters. Barack and Michelle protected their daughters from the intense scrutiny of the public eye. But it wasn't just about shielding, it was also about teaching. Barack Obama frequently spoke about the principles instilled in him by his mother, including kindness, empathy, and the significance of bringing others up. These were the same values he and Michelle hoped to instill in Malia and Sasha. Michelle Obama once gave a touching reflection on Malia and Sasha's first day at their new school in Washington. She described watching her girls, who were just 7 and 10 years old at the time, pile into those black SUVs with all those big men with guns. The image of their little faces pressed up against the window stayed with her as she thought, "What have we done?" That moment was a turning point, as Michelle realized that their time in the White House would form the foundation for who their daughters would become. They supported Malia and Sasha in their academic aspirations and encouraged them to follow their interests, stressing the value of intellectual development and curiosity. They were also taught that a life blessed with opportunity should be lived in service to others, a value they have carried with them into adulthood. Michelle talked passionately about the significance of these values, stressing that their path involved more than simply academic achievement, but also developing into kind, selfless individuals. The Obama sisters, who were protected from the media by their parents, navigated the intersection of family life and public duty with grace and resilience, while holding on to the values that molded their early years. One may wonder why their mother, Michelle Obama, fiercely protected her daughters from the media. Why does Michelle Obama, despite being a public figure, prefer to live a private life? Michelle Obama, the private persona. You may be familiar with Michelle Obama as the partner of Barack Obama, but Michelle is far more than just a supporting figure in Obama's life. The world first met Michelle as the wife of a charismatic senator from Illinois, but as time passed, it became clear that she was a force of her own. Although a dedicated wife, evident from her fierce dedication during Obama's presidential campaigns to her unwavering support throughout his presidency, Michelle is an accomplished lawyer, a dedicated public servant, and a fierce advocate for various social causes. As a loving mother, Michelle believed she had instilled positive values in her daughters, which made her very emotional when they made a shocking confession. Known for her charisma, impassioned speeches, elegance, and poised presence that graced magazine covers worldwide, Michelle was somewhat of a mystery. During her time as the First Lady, she was thrust into the limelight on a global scale, but she really desired a private life, free from the constant attention and fast-paced lifestyle that accompanied her position. Due to her many achievements, she became an inspirational figure, and many people wanted to know more about her personal life. When her autobiography, Becoming, came out in 2018, it was like their dreams had come true. Until then, many only understood Michelle in fragments. The memoir openly delves into her early experiences, the ups and downs she faced in both her personal and professional life, and how she managed to maintain a balance between her public responsibilities and personal aspirations. Michelle shared the pleasures and hardships of her early years spent on the south side of Chicago. Not only was it a tale of self-actualization and career advancement, but it also served as evidence of the solid family and community bonds that molded her. She talked about the difficulties and rewards of being a working mother, the demands and expectations placed on her as the First Lady of the United States, and the strains and rewards of her marriage. One of the most touching realizations was Michelle's desire for the small joys in life, such as being able to walk down the street unnoticed or enjoying a peaceful lunch without anyone watching. These honest moments revealed a previously unseen side of Michelle, one that is thoughtful, vulnerable, and very human. The response to Becoming was outstanding. It was instantly a bestseller, was translated into several languages, and touched people all over the world. It was a lesson in being authentic as much as it was an autobiography. Book clubs, college courses, and discussion groups dissected its chapters, finding universal themes of identity, ambition, love, and resilience. Michelle's story, while deeply personal, mirrored the aspirations and challenges faced by countless individuals worldwide. Michelle touched people with her openness about her issues with self-worth, her worries about not being a good wife and mother, and her difficulties with prejudice and bigotry. Readers from all walks of life greatly appreciated her refreshing honesty, which stood out in stark contrast to the polished and guarded personas often displayed by public figures. However, Becoming provides a glimpse into Michelle's future rather than a flashback. Although she left the White House at the end of the memoir, it made reference to her continued process of self-improvement and self-discovery, her aspirations for a more compassionate world, her expectations for the future generation, and her ongoing commitment to the causes she holds dear. Becoming was, in the end, a movement rather than merely a book. Michelle Obama's self-perception and the way the public saw her were both transformed by it. By removing layers, the memoir presented a picture of a woman whose private and public lives were equally complex. It proved her strength, tenacity, and undying spirit. Through Michelle Obama's words, the world gained a deeper understanding of her and found pieces of themselves in her story. She provided the world with many amazing moments during her tenure as First Lady, and her book revealed a more intimate and introspective side of a lady who was always evolving. Michelle Obama has always led an intriguing and complicated life. Who is she, really? Does her background have something to do with her intrigue? Before the fame, Michelle Obama's early years. Before Michelle Obama became a global icon, she was Michelle LaVaughn Robinson, born to Fraser and Marion Robinson on January 17, 1964. She grew up in a small bungalow in the South Shore neighborhood of Chicago. Despite their limited resources, the Robinson family was close-knit and full of love. Her father worked as a city pump operator and a Democratic precinct captain, while her mother was a secretary who later chose to stay at home to care for her and her older brother, Craig. Michelle frequently discussed her father's struggle with multiple sclerosis and how it did not stop him from getting up every day and trying to support his family. Michelle learned from him that one's circumstances shouldn't dictate their potential. The South Side grappled with challenges such as racial segregation and economic hardship, given its predominantly African-American population. However, education and hard work were highly valued by the Robinson family. Craig and Michelle were raised with a strong emphasis on the value of pursuing success in education. Michelle shared a room separated by a makeshift partition with her older brother, Craig, who was her first role model. Craig was always there to watch out for her, and the two siblings were very close. Craig remained a significant figure in Michelle's life, and he even introduced her to Barack Obama, who would later become her husband. Bryn Mawr Elementary School, now known as Boucher Academy, was Michelle's first academic home. She loved to learn and was an intelligent student. Nonetheless, she frequently had to deal with people undervaluing her due to her upbringing. Michelle, though, was determined. She was admitted to Princeton University, an Ivy League university, as a result of her diligent work. Even then, she frequently felt alienated because of her race and social status. But rather than hiding away, Michelle took advantage of the occasion to participate in the conversation about race and advocate for greater diversity and understanding. She demonstrated her dedication to solving racial issues with her final thesis, which took a deep dive into the experiences of African-American graduates at Princeton. Michelle did not stop there. She went on to Harvard Law School, where she continued to break down barriers and confront preconceptions. She became the first African-American woman to serve as the Associate Dean at the University of Chicago. Michelle's early years were defined by perseverance, determination, and a never-ending pursuit of excellence. She overcame many obstacles to become the powerful woman we know today, shaped by a medley of love, challenges, family support, self-belief, racial dynamics, and an unwavering focus on education. Education, the priority of the Obama family. Education has always been more than just a means of achievement for the Obamas. It is a pillar of their family's values. From the White House to their post-presidential lives, education has remained at the forefront of their agenda. Throughout their public lives, Barack and Michelle Obama stressed the transformational potential of education. Behind the scenes, Sasha and Malia's academic journeys demonstrate their dedication to education. Barack and Michelle Obama hammered on the importance of education, not just for their own kids, but for all American youth, as seen in their policies, public speeches, and even in personal stories. During their time in the White House, the Obamas launched initiatives like Reach Higher and Let Girls Learn, aimed at increasing access to education and promoting academic excellence. As Barack Obama would say, education is the key to unlocking the potential of every child and building a brighter future for our nation. He believed in the power of education as a great equalizer. Barack Obama has an impressive educational background. His early education took place in a unique and multicultural environment. He graduated from Punahou School, an elite academy in Honolulu, where he excelled academically and athletically, showing early signs of his leadership potential. After high school, he attended Occidental College in Los Angeles for 2 years before transferring to Columbia University in New York City, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science. Then, he worked as a community organizer in Chicago before returning to academia to attend Harvard Law School. where he made a name for himself as an outstanding student and born leader. He made history by becoming the first African-American president of the prestigious Harvard Law Review. His role in the legal and political spheres solidified his reputation as a rising star, attracting national attention. Barack Obama's academic background is a testament to his passion for learning and his faith in the ability of education to bring about opportunity and change. Michelle Obama, on the other hand, was a product of Chicago's public school system, and her parents instilled in her a deep respect for education. She excelled academically from her time at Princeton University to Harvard Law School. Following her graduation from Harvard, Michelle embarked on a career that combined her legal expertise with her commitment to public service and community development. She began her professional journey at the prestigious Sidley Austin law firm in Chicago. This emphasis on education carried over into their parenting. Malia and Sasha, despite their unique upbringing in the White House, were not exempt from their parents' high academic expectations. From a young age, they were encouraged to prioritize their studies and nurture a genuine love for learning. Malia showed a keen interest in the arts, particularly film, which her parents supported wholeheartedly. Malia opted to take a gap year from college after completing high school in 2016. She interned with Harvey Weinstein at the Weinstein Company and on the set of the HBO series Girls as an intern in the film industry at this time. Through these internships, she was able to pursue her interest in film and gain valuable experience in the industry. Sasha, though more private, exhibited the same dedication to her studies. Natasha Obama, as she is sometimes referred to, studied at the Sidwell Friends School, a prestigious private school in Washington, D.C., during her father's presidency. She decided to enroll at the University of Michigan after finishing high school. She made this choice because she wanted to be a part of a bigger, more varied public university setting. However, she later transferred to the University of Southern California, USC, where she completed her degree in sociology. The Obamas, after leaving office, continue to support education through a variety of initiatives. They have never wavered in their conviction that education is a basic human right, as evidenced by the creation of the Obama Foundation and the introduction of scholarship programs. Malia's decision to take a gap year surprised many, especially for someone coming from a family that prioritized education. Why did she take a break from school? What inspired this decision? What impact did it have on her future? Malia's gap year, an adventure for discovery and growth. Malia Obama's decision to take a gap year after high school went beyond simply taking a year off from school. It was an examination of her own identity, her career, and her understanding of the world. This decision attracted a lot of attention, in part because gap years are less typical in the United States than in other nations. Malia saw it as an opportunity to expand her horizons outside of the White House and the classroom. Malia's internship in the film industry was one of the most talked about features of her gap year. Her first experience in the entertainment industry was during a summer internship on the set of the television series Girls in 2015. Nonetheless, her prolonged break enabled her to further explore her love for movies. Working at the Weinstein Company in New York, she became familiar with the complex procedures involved in film production, from screenplay creation to post-production edits. Her perspective was shaped, and her future professional decisions may have been influenced by the priceless insights into the film industry that this experience offered. Malia's time spent away from the conventional academic path enabled her to gain experiences and talents that are not taught in a classroom. During this period, she had the opportunity to delve deep into her inner being and uncover her authentic identity. Transcending the role she had as the first daughter, this was a critical period, particularly as she was leaving the safe haven of the White House to face independence in college. Not only did Malia's year off help her grow personally, but it also spurred a broader discussion on the advantages of gap years. Her choice sparked debates on national forums among educators, students, and parents on the benefits and drawbacks of taking a break like this. Some people highlighted the invaluable life skills gained, while others expressed concerns about potential academic shortcomings. Anticipation for Malia's academic endeavors and her maturation as a young lady was evident as she readied herself to join Harvard. Undoubtedly, her decisions during her year off, her internships, her trips, and her introspective times shaped who she was. They provided insights into Malia's interests, goals, and above all, her changing self away from the constant spotlight. Truly dedicated to a career in the movie industry, the Harvard graduate worked on the Amazon show Swarm with Donald Glover and is now making her own short film. Janine Neighbors, the show's co-creator, described her as an incredible writer. She brought a lot to the table. She's really dedicated to her craft, he told Entertainment Tonight. Facing the public, criticism and support, Michelle Obama found herself in the harsh limelight of American politics as soon as her husband announced his presidential bid. Michelle was more than just Barack's silent supporter during his campaign. She was a strong voice expressing their similar vision for the United States. And so she had to watch her moves, her words, and her choice of clothing because she was always examined, enlarged, and frequently analyzed by the public. Michelle had to make her way through the turbulent waters of political debate, despite being a successful lawyer, a loving mother, and an equal advocate. Along with storms of criticism, she also encountered waves of support. Many people were moved by Michelle's story of optimism, which brought a relevant and human element to the normally faceless field of politics. Her words rang true because they were honest and touched on topics such as her childhood, her hopes for her kids, and the potential of the country. But as the campaign went on, Michelle's remarks were frequently misinterpreted, sparking debates. For example, when she said she was proud of her nation, some media groups misinterpreted it as a lack of patriotism. This incident made clear the fine line Michelle had to travel between being sincere and giving room for misunderstandings. Despite these many challenges, Michelle had a lot of support from her close friends and family, as well as from the larger American public. The dignity and grace with which she handled criticism were acknowledged by grassroots groups, which united in support of her. Michelle's bravery and composure impressed many young girls, and the White House was filled with their letters. These were not merely fan letters, rather, they were testimonies to Michelle's enormous influence on a great number of people, as she was a ray of hope and an inspiration to many. Michelle's strong conviction in the principles she upheld gave her the strength to rise above the controversy. She frequently talked about the lessons her parents had taught her about putting aside hate and reacting in a kind and compassionate way. She embodied this mentality when she said the well-known phrase, "When they go low, we go high," which perfectly summed up how she handled constant criticism and scrutiny. Michelle's initiative as First Lady demonstrated her unwavering commitment to the causes she championed, such as her advocacy for military families and her efforts to combat childhood obesity through the Let's Move initiative. The response from the media and the difficulties posed by public scrutiny strengthened her determination to actually make a difference. She carried the same elegance and grace into her public appearances. Michelle became known as a fashion star when she skillfully combined high fashion with everyday wear, making her wardrobe decisions the talk of the town. But her genuineness and relatability won many over, despite all of the glamour. During intimate moments, Michelle opened up about her difficulties juggling her career and family, bringing attention to the difficulties experienced by many mothers. She revealed a touching revelation about her children, Malia and Sasha, during the coronavirus lockdown. This confession was made during a virtual appearance on Conan O'Brien's talk show. The Obama family discovered that they were spending an exceptional amount of time together at home, just like many other families do. There were happy and bonding times throughout this time of forced togetherness, but there were also difficulties. Barack had expressed his views on parenting and family in past conversations, emphasizing the importance of spending quality time together and the natural challenges that come with it. The Obama family faced these challenges as Michelle explained that her girls finally got bored of spending all of their time with them. "At first, it was great to have all this family time," she said, thinking back to the early stages of the lockdown. But as time went on, Malia and Sasha started to feel a bit sick of spending so much time with us. Many parents, especially those raising teenagers and young adults, could relate to this statement, since they were navigating similar issues with their own children. Michelle described how the family had to adjust by striking a balance between being close to one another and allowing each other the room they needed to breathe. Michelle's life continues to inspire millions of people worldwide. Her grace, strength, and capacity for hope are genuinely ageless. Her husband, Barack Obama, is not left out. His leadership during his presidency was marked by significant achievements and set a new standard for progress. Regardless of his busy schedule, he showed dedication to raising Malia and Sasha with values of integrity, humility, and service, a testament to his character. We'd love to hear from you. What part of the Obama's journey inspires you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting content like this.